Hello everyone, welcome back. It's nice to see you again. I just wanted to take a minute. We're going to start our next 30-day expedited pre-holiday every nook and cranny clean and life organization framework starting October the 1st. So I just wanted to post a kind of an update of number one, a little bit about me and why I'm sharing this with you. And two, what are some of the prep steps? And I'll post a little video segment about each prep step before we get started, just so that we can kind of hit the ground running. So a little bit about me and why I do this. I'm just like you. You know, I had a career, family, house, life, and I was struggling with the juggling. I just felt inadequate and overwhelmed most of the time, and it started to really erode my feelings about myself. I felt like I was not finding joy in my life. I was not being as good as a spouse as I could have been. I felt like I was not having the time with my children, and it all just kind of started eating away at me, and it just got to a point where I felt like something had to give. And the more I struggled with trying to juggle everything, the more I felt overwhelmed because I just couldn't catch up. And I just decided there had to be a better way. Now, I've always enjoyed organizing. I've been an organized person, but you know, everybody has a threshold, and I asked a lot of myself, both in my career and my personal life and the way I spent my time. I always was so busy and I was overwhelmed, and I said yes to everybody. Somebody wanted something, and I was going to do everything in my power to help out, volunteering, you know, trying to have a social life with your friends. It just got to be crazy. And what I realized was my blood pressure was up. I was tired all the time. I wasn't sleeping at night. I was short-tempered with my family. And then I just felt like, there's the cat. I just felt like I couldn't get a grip. You know, to the point where you go to the doctor and the doctor says, you're depressed. I wasn't depressed. I wasn't unhappy. I just was overwhelmed, and it really started to take a toll on my emotional health and my physical health, and my entire life seemed to be just one big stressor after another. And I decided I'm going to draw the line. And my doctor kind of did it for me, and I'm just going to say, my doctor told me either I was going to control my stress or he was going to control my stress. And then I realized, yeah, it's stress. It's not depression, it's stress. Now, I'm not saying those of you who suffer from depression, it is an affliction, and if you need help, get help. I'm saying mine was like a stress-induced depression. I felt totally overwhelmed and exhausted. So I decided to restructure things based upon, number one, getting organized, two, taking time to myself, to take care of myself, because if I felt better, then I was able to handle a lot more. And then I started chipping away at the things that were overwhelming me. I decided I needed to get my house in order in all aspects of my life. I needed my house to be in order. I needed my career. I needed to get a grip on trying to overwork myself in my job. I wanted to spend more time with my family and develop a better relationship with my children and my husband. I wanted to be able to enjoy taking time out to go to lunch with a friend without feeling guilty that I was, you know, leaving something undone at the house. And I was kind of an overachiever. You know, I had to iron everything, and everything had to be totally cleaned. And what it did was just, it made me not be able to embrace the happiness in my life. I had a lot of things to be grateful for, and it was just really hard for me to see them. So I started this process, and I just started designing, and it kind of rattled around in my head for a long time. And then I started implementing, and then as I implemented, I started to see more efficient ways of being able to organize and handle all those little details in my life that were just seeming to become systematically overwhelming. So I decided the way to change it was a systematic system. That's kind of funny, but it's a systematic way of dealing with it. And we all feel better when our house is clean and when our lives are in order. We feel more productive. We feel our self-esteem goes up, our confidence goes up, our physical energy goes up. We just are so much more able to engage and enjoy. So I want you to be able to engage and enjoy. I don't want you to be struggling with the juggling, because it's just takes all the joy out of your life. So I want you to embrace and be able to enjoy and be able to live your life and do the things, have time to do the things that you want to do. So this has been rattling around in my brain, and a lot of people ask, why do I do this? And somebody has also asked me, have I decided to monetize this system? No, I'm not going to monetize the system. I don't want to monetize it. The purpose, my intention for this is to be able to reach out and help one person who is struggling with the juggling, one person who's not able to enjoy their life, one person who's not able to embrace their joy, one person who wants to develop a better relationship with their family and friends and spouse, and somebody. I don't want people to feel so physically overwhelmed that they are starting to feel fatigued and disengaged. And I want everybody to have a joyful life. And if I can help one person, if my system works, if this framework works for one person, to make them happier, to be able to go out and fulfill their dreams because now they have time and they're not overwhelmed, then that's my intention. My second purpose for doing this is because it rattles around in my brain, kind of like a song that gets stuck in your brain, and you want nothing more than to alleviate that repetitiveness. I want to alleviate the ideas banging around inside my head saying, oh, we could do this and I can do this, and I think about this all the time. So this is my way of just kind of releasing myself from it by getting it out there to you all. So enough about me. I started this process and I call it the transformational organization process because it truly transformed my life. But I then became kind of like the organizer advisor to kind of help you through it, be kind of a mentor. I call it the GPS to success. I just want to help step by step guide you through the framework so that I can better facilitate it working for somebody. I'm new to all of this. I'm not a video blogger. I don't do YouTube all the time. I'm this is all a steep learning curve for me. Just all the equipment that has to be done and the editing and the, it's a full-time job. Seriously, it takes a lot of time. But as I said before, if it helps one person, then it's worth it. Plus, I got to get it out up here. It drives me crazy because I think about it all the time. So we're going to get started. We're going to start on the beginning of the month. This is it's our pre-holiday, so before the holidays, before we get really busy with parties and shopping and decorating and cooking and all of that, it's always nice to have a clean home and an organized life, because then you can really enjoy the holiday season. You're going to have company coming in. You want to have your house clean. You want to have everything kind of under control. I call it, everything, bringing everything back to square. I like to have everything just done so that when people come in, I don't have to worry about it. I don't stress myself about cleaning the house because it's done. So we'll do an every nook and cranny cleaning, and that's one of the components. And what we use is the compass rose strategy. We don't overwhelm ourselves and let the rest of our life unravel because we want to tear apart a room and clean it from top to bottom. It doesn't work that way in a busy life. It doesn't work that way in the way our lives are structured now. It just doesn't work, and it actually causes more stress. So we want to do this in a systematic way using the compass rose strategy, which is one wall a day in one particular room. So we'll start on the north wall. Then we'll move to the east, then the south, and the west. And in 4 days, we have a room entirely ceiling to floor, every nook and cranny cleaned and organized. So we'll be organizing as we go. The drawers and, the cabinetries, things like that, all of that will be organized. Sorry, it's my doorbell. However, we, we, and here comes the dog. Here, we don't want to become overwhelmed with trying to accomplish too much at one time. So we're going to start small, and then we're going to build up, and we're just going to kind of try to keep it manageable for you, because, you know, with a busy life and kids and families and pets and, you know, volunteering. Here's the boy. I don't know if you can see him. Can you say hi, Con? I don't know if you can see his head. Mwah. Anyway, it's I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I don't want you to think that, you know, this is a process that you're going to start working on something and then it's going to derail your life. That's exactly what I'm trying not to do. So the other thing, we're going to have some prep steps. How can you resist that face? We're going to have some prep steps, and the prep steps are we're going to purge our pantry, and the reason that we purge our pantry is because, and again, watch the video on purging the pantry. Please don't go throw away all your food. That's not what I mean, but we're going to purge the pantry, and that means we're going to utilize what we have in the pantry, and then we're going to replace the foods that we have that are processed foods that are maybe not as healthy for us. We're going to replace them with fresher, whole foods that are clean foods for our bodies. We want to make the food selections that we make, we want to make sure that they are bioavailable for our body. The less processed, the more bioavailable, so our body can absorb those nutrients a lot more efficiently, and that then contributes to our overall good health. Hi, sweet pea. The second thing that we're going to do, and I'll post videos on all of these little things so you know what to do, we're going to organize our closet. One of the things that derails us most in life is trying to get our wardrobe together so that we have an effective wardrobe, so that we can get dressed in the morning without a lot of chaos. We want to be able to make the most of the investment by coordinating our clothing. And the rainbow closet is just a very simple strategy to make this happen. It is organizing our clothing by colors in our closet, and I'll post a video about it, but it's just so much easier to find a garment that you want and then be able to find the coordinating garment and coordinating accessories to pull together that really professional look, which is going to boost our confidence, make us feel really good about our outward appearance, and that's going to make us feel good inward as well. Then we're going to start systematically wearing our clothes. Sorry, that's the dog. Hey, sweetie, you got to let go of my camera, my tripod. We want to systematically start wearing our garments so that we know what works for us and know what doesn't. If you don't wear it, if there's a reason that you're not wearing a garment, it's probably because it doesn't work for you. But we're going to go ahead and try just systematically every day, trying another garment, wearing it, see how it works for us. If we don't feel fabulous in it, it's got to go. It's just got to go. There's no room in your life for something that's not fabulous. And, you know, we can purge that, and then we can invite clothing into our closet that makes us feel wonderful, and it's all about feeling wonderful in your life. So that's another prep step that we'll do, is create that rainbow closet. We are going to create a filing system. We're going to tame the paperwork jungle. We're going to get rid of we're going to file the piles. I mean, they're all over the place. We're going to file them. We're going to get the paperwork in order so we can find what we need when we need it. There's nothing more frustrating than finding an important piece of paper when you need it and it's lost. It's somewhere in a pile and you're not sure where to go. It's in a drawer, it's in a cabinet, it's stressful, and that increases your overall stress. And it's just hard to have an effective day when you're spending all of your time searching for something. We want to solve the search problem. We want to make sure we know where everything is in our homes. So, you know, we're the go-to. I mean, you know, quite honestly, everybody in the family comes to you to ask where something is. And if you have to stop what you're doing and spend, you know, 15, 20 minutes looking for something, being frustrated, it's a high stress, high frustration situation, you don't need that. No one needs that. So we're going to take care of that. First of all, with taming the paperwork jungle, we're going to file those piles. We're going to create an effective filing system for you to be able to find everything you need. And we want to reduce the amount of frustration that we experience in our lives. We also are going to take some time to ourselves. We have daily health and beauty routines. One of our prep steps is we're going to create our beauty baskets. We're going to gather our toiletries and we're going to sort our hair care products and our skin products and our facial products and our mani-pedi products. We're going to create some beauty baskets because each day we have a beauty routine. We're going to self-nurture. We're going to take some time to ourselves, a little bit of me time, so that you feel good about feeling good. And I want you to be able to look your best and feel happy and just know that you radiate good health and beauty from the inside and the outside. And it's really important. And when we take that time to ourselves, a little healthy selfishness makes us feel that, you know, we're boosting our confidence. We're looking our best and feeling our best. And that's really important about finding joy in your life. All right. We're also going to exercise. Sorry, but it's really important for your health. So, you know, I'm kind of at that age where it's harder and harder to exercise. I'm 54 years old, and whew, sometimes I feel it. But, you know, I do know how important it is for muscle tone, to have a healthy weight, to stay hydrated. And all of these components are built into our little process. I'll give you daily reminders. You got to hydrate. You need to eat clean. You want to take good care of your body because that's really important for you to feel good about yourself. When you're healthier, you feel better. And when you feel better, you have more energy. If you have more energy, you're more able to engage. And if you're able to engage and enjoy your life, then that's joy. So, we're also I'm going to slip in some fiscal health, fiscal well-being strategies, and this is about saving money and improving our credit. All of that's kind of embedded in this whole process because if you have some financial health and wealth, then you feel better about your life. I mean, it's just kind of the way it is. So part of this, I'm a big thrift store person. I'm a thrift person. You know the story about this little cottage and all of that. And, you know, everything is about saving money to me because I had to switch my paradigm from spending to savings. And the difference in the way the outlook on my life is tremendous. So there's a video that I'm posting about fiscal fast, and that's a financial strategy that I'm going to suggest to you. But it talks all about some financial well-being strategies and why this seems to make us feel better about life when we have an increased financial health. Our financial well-being has a lot to do with our emotional well-being as well as our physical well-being. So those are the components. We're going to do purging the pantry so we can start eating cleaner, more nutritious food to nourish our bodies, more bioavailable food. We're going to organize our clothing and systematically wear garments and create that rainbow closet. And if nothing else, it will make you feel better about going into your closet and getting dressed. It'll just make that such more an efficient process, a lot less stress. That getting dressed stress is going to be eliminated. So you can see kind of the underlying theme in all of this is reducing your stress in your home environment. And then that's going to radiate out into the rest of the areas of your life. We're going to create that filing system and tame that paperwork jungle by filing the piles, and then we're going to do those health and beauty routines. Every day we're going to take time for ourselves. And then hopefully through this process, and then the every nook and cranny cleaning and the financial strategies. So it seems like a lot, but every day we do a little bit. And in 30 days, we can pretty much have everything the way we want it in our home environment. We are going to have improved our health. We're going to have taken time for ourselves. We're going to look better with our outward appearance, with our health and beauty routines, as well as our wardrobe. And I'm just hoping that this is the catalyst for you to be able to start fulfilling your dreams. You're going to have time to do the things that you've always wanted to do. So start making a list of things that you'd like to do. And once we go through this process, you're going to have more time and a lot more energy because you're not going to be as frustrated. I hope it works for you. I hope you join me. If you have questions, comments, please feel free. I'm here to help, and really it makes me happy to help. I love an organizational challenge. That's the way my brain works. That's what makes me happy, is creating order out of chaos. So if you have a little chaos in your life that you want a little bit of help with, I'm happy to help. Please message me, comment on the video, and I'll be happy to start helping you tackle some of those problems that you're struggling to juggle. Anyway, I'm going to sign off for right now, and I will see you tomorrow. Be watching out for these prep step videos, and get ready to transform your life. I'll see you next time.